Good morning to everyone. So today I will just be discussing and going through my monitoring and evaluation framework webinar. So just the opening, I just want to say thank you for coming today, everyone. I'm thrilled to present the ETA Student Sport Ambassador and Promoter Programs Monitoring and Evaluation Framework. So the goal of the session is to provide you with a clear understanding of how the program will be tracked, what constitutes success, and how I plan to continuously improve it over the course of the year. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to my outside guests. I appreciate your participation in this discussion. So why MEF? Let's begin with the why. Since the ambassador program aims to bring about significant change rather than merely host events, I created this monitoring and evaluation framework. So what I want to do with the MEF is I want to track progress and participation regularly, identify barriers early, test what works to engage students, build a sustainable student-led sport culture, and ensure transparency with ETA stakeholders. What I've noticed is a structured MEF helps me to do all of that consistently. Project overview. So the goal of the ambassador program is to prepare a chosen group of students to promote sports. They create social media engagement, support workshops, organize sporting events, and encourage their peers to maintain an active lifestyle. So, and also according to research, playing sports increases resilience, self-assurance, leadership abilities, and a sense of community. However, involvement on campus has been uneven, so the goal of this project is to alter that. MEF goals and objectives. So I began by outlining my goals for the program. My primary objectives were to boost overall student involvement, develop ambassador leadership, boost sports visibility on campus, and expand our community outreach. These were then converted into precise, quantifiable goals. MEF indicators. I created SMART indicators, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Examples that I used are number of workshops or events per semester, increase in event attendance, student satisfaction with promotions, and social media engagement levels. These indicators help me track both outputs and outcomes. MEF baseline and targets. I created a baseline. For instance, only roughly 30% of students engage in sports every week, but my goal is to raise this to 50% by the end of the year. My progress can be measured when we have baseline and target values. So this is just an example of the percentage of the 30% in the beginning of the year and the target that I've set for throughout the year and the end of the year. MEF data collection methods. So to measure my indicators, I used a mix of qualitative and quantitative tools like Google Form surveys, attendance registers, social media analysis, event observations, focus groups, and ambassador monthly reports. MEF roles and responsibilities. Additionally, I clearly define the roles and responsibilities. So the coordinator analysis and reports, the M&E officer oversees data quality, ambassadors gather attendance and feedback, and admin manages logistics. So accountability is ensured and delays are avoided with clear roles. MEF timelines. So the academic year served as the framework for my monitoring and evaluation schedule, which included initial baseline, monthly tracking, quarterly progress reports, and final assessment at year's end. This enables me to make changes not only at the conclusion of the program but also throughout. MEF cycle diagram. The cycle of my MEF consists of 5 stages: planning, observing, examination, reporting, and acquiring knowledge and modifying. So instead of a one-time assessment, this cycle guarantees ongoing improvement. The theory of change. I employed the theory of change because it clarifies how my actions result in actual change. So it links to input, activities, output, outcomes, and long-term effects. This is particularly helpful for programs like mine that aim to change behavior. So just a log frame summary. My logical framework brings everything together: the objective, purpose, outputs, indicators, methods of verification, and pre-assumption are all included. It acts as a quick reference for what constitutes success and dangers I should be aware of. Challenges. I also noted issues that might have an impact on my monitoring, which includes ambassadors juggling their studies, financial constraints, unreliable data gathering, low awareness among students, opposition to change. So, digital check ins, improved communication, and ambassador support were some of the solutions I had in mind. Just the breakdown of the cost. So the estimated cost of operating my entire M&E plan is 11,000, which includes survey printing, ambassador training, focus groups, monitoring visits, and assistance with data analysis. This guarantees accurate, moral, and trustworthy assessment. Data management. So I've used Google Forms for surveys, NVivo for coding, Excel for analysis, and cloud-based storage. Before analysis, all data is coded, sorted, and anonymized before being safely stored. Then for the closing, that brings me to the end of my monitoring and evaluation framework presentation. Thank you to all my attendees and stakeholders. Your feedback and involvement will shape the success of this program.